Welcome back to the homestead. Like I mentioned to you guys on a video a little while ago, is I'll be out here every day from now until probably late spring harvesting wood, man. We'll be pulling it out of the forest, we'll be dragging it up here, we'll be splitting it, piling it, stacking it, drying it, curing it, touching it, moving it. And I like to do my wood in the winter time. There's a couple of good reasons. One is when it starts to get cold and you get a couple of frosts, the sap stops flowing. So when you get out there with your saw and you're cutting some woods that might be a little sap heavy, it tends to be a little easier on the saw. Not to mention, if we were going to run any of this through the mill, we'd like to get those logs in the winter as well, because like I said, the sap stops flowing. And another reason why I like to cut wood in the winter time is that all the snakes and spiders and bugs and all the stuff that bothers you when you're in the heat of the summer, it just isn't bothering you in the winter time. I find it very relaxing. There's not a lot of weeds and everything's died, so it just makes it a lot easier to get in there and get that wood. So today I'm going to show you guys something on a log splitter. If your log splitter that you're looking at to buy doesn't have this, or if you bought one and it doesn't have this, sell that thing and get this. I'm going to show you how important it is. All right, now this is a 4-way splitter right here. That's not the most important thing, but if you are going to get a log splitter, you want to either get this as an add-on part. But if you get the 34-ton Swisher log splitter, made here right in America, in Missouri, our home state, you can actually get this, and it actually comes with a little stand that you can put it right on, and that works really, really good. It's a 4-way. You guys saw that in the last video where I was busting through those logs and it would split a big one into 4 pieces real quick. But that's not what I'm talking about. Here, let me show you. So what you want is the ability to take your log splitter in just a second and flip it into a vertical splitter. That is the bee's knees, and you're going to want to have this on your log splitter. Let me show you that again. Ready? You just pull the handle and tilt her up. It's nice. Let me show you what it can do. And the nice thing about this is it actually has a pin right here that you pull out, and it'll lock the vertical into place. So you won't have any chance of this moving around on you. I really like that. Now, the nice thing about this vertical setup is some of the times the logs are just too big for you to manhandle and put up there. So if you have the ability to go vertical, all you have to do now is just roll them over. So it's just going to make a lot more sense, and it's going to be a lot less wear and tear on your body. Let's get it fired up and watch her do a thing. For a bucket or a stump that was about this high that I could just sit here and do it. But I'm just doing this to kind of show you guys the feature of this log splitter. So I'm just going to keep going. Ha! Something that's pretty big, but I'll still be able to get a split on. You wouldn't think so. There's not that much real estate for that thing to get through, but once that head starts going through that wood, it just busts wide open. Now that right there is what you call a handy dandy. A lot of people don't know about these vertical features on these log splitters, so I just wanted to show you guys this in case you're in the market for a log splitter, or you know, I had this on my radar for several years. Like it took me like 2 years, 3 years to finally make this happen, and all the while I was looking at the different log splitters, the kinetic log splitters. You know, you guys have to really kind of think about stuff, right? You can't do this on a kinetic log splitter. You have to bring the material up onto the thing. So when you get the really big logs, you're going to have to work those down into much smaller pieces so you can get them up on there. Something like this where I can just flip a switch and flip it immediately right down to this just makes it so much easier. So that thing might be a little bit faster on the splits, you know, on the regular side, you know, regular setup. It might be a little faster. But when I'm doing these kind of jobs around my homestead, I'm not really looking for fast. I'm looking for safe. So because this is maybe a little bit slower than maybe a kinetic log splitter, it's safe. It's manageable. It's not too fast. I don't feel rushed. I don't feel like I have to go really fast to get to the next thing. When you start doing fast, you start making mistakes. So I do like that feature about it. So that's it for me. I was just hanging out today, cutting some wood. I thought I'd tell you guys about this log splitter here, how it goes vertical. Some of you guys even mentioned that in the last video. And also you guys were mentioning why I cut my logs about this size right here. I split these down to this size for a couple reasons. One is I'm married, you know. My wife has to haul logs too. I'm not here all the single time that she needs a fire. So when I'm not here, I have to make sure that the pieces are manageable for her, okay? Also, you know, they're just easier to carry. I mean, it's just all the way around. It's just easier for me, easier for her, easier for everybody. And then some of you guys were talking about, why don't I just have a maul and all that stuff? Man, I've done that. I've done that for a decade. You know, I've been splitting wood by hand, hauling it out of the forest, and I'm getting in my 50s now, so I'm picking my battles. Doing log splitting is very hard on your joints, okay? It's very hard on your muscles. It's very hard on your skeletal being. So what I'm trying to do is limit the impact on my body so that I'll be able to take my body into my 70s and 80s living this lifestyle. So hopefully you guys got a few tips off of this here video, and hopefully if you never knew about a log splitter that went vertical like that, you learned something new today. I'm gonna get back to cutting some more wood. I just wanted to show you guys this feature. If you guys want to check out the Swisher log splitters, they didn't sponsor this video. They don't pay me to say anything. They're basically just a company that's right here in my state that I did some homework on. They're a good business. They got good customer support, and they make their products right here in America. So I'm employing people in my state. So if you want to check out the log splitter, I'll leave a link down below. And if you go to the log splitter website and maybe you buy one, just use the code OFFGRID at checkout. You don't save any money, but it just helps track, you know, like where they saw it from. And I talked to these guys over there, and they want to know, like, are people even watching these videos about splitting wood? Seems kind of boring. All right, we'll see you guys on the next video.